نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص
Qabil kills Hābīl and now does not know what to do. This is the first murder. But Qabil recognized that this was a wrongful act from deep within his soul. This part of it was at least not taught to Qabil, because never had a murder existed on the face of this earth. So whatever was informing him was deep within his soul. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and the soul and the one who has balanced it, فَالْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا, and caused it to recognize its evil and its good. We go back to the first question, that this evil was not learned, and goodness fundamentally was not learned, it was intuitive to begin with, or existential. Allah states in the Quran, He sent two crows, they fought, one killed the other. And then He dug a hole and then buried the other one. The Quran says about Qābīl, as he killed Hābīl, his soul obeyed him and he became of the losers. And then when he saw the crow, he said, sorrow be my lot. Am I as incapable as this crow? And that I should cover my brother within dust. And at that point, he became of the regretful ones. So he understands now regret as well. Maybe this deep-seated emotion of regret that Adam felt at the departure from paradise was felt by Qabil for the first time in the life of the earth. But this regret was in no way going to absolve him or was a redemption from his sin. We often say that regret redeems us of sins, but not in every case. It depends at what level of sin we commit, and then it depends at what level of regret we have. When this happened, Adam was unable then to go near to Hawa until many years. Then Allah revealed unto Adam that go near Hawa. Then he went near Hawa and she bore for him a son by the name of Sheeth. Allah said to Adam, do not grieve over Hābīl to this extent, for I shall replace you with one who will be far better and who will be the father of my messengers. When Sheeth was born, Adam taught him all the secrets that he knew. Alongside Sheeth, his twin sister was not born. After Sheeth came Yāfith, another son, with whom again a sister was not born. Now, in terms of the story of the procreation, within the Shia literature, we find a lot of conflicting reports. According to a report from Abu Hamza Thumari from the fourth Imam, and majority of these reports may be deemed as not very strong. The Imam states that procreation occurred with each son marrying the twin sister of the other brother. That is how procreation began. So when the questioner said to the Imam, but this is the practice of the Majus, they make it halal for brothers and sisters to marry. Back in the day, that was possibly their practice. The Imam said, but did Allah not create Hawa from Adam himself? Why do you find it so strange? Imam Rada as well repeats the same thing to the same effect. However, there's a hadith of Imam Sadiq in which he says that Allah has prohibited it and it would never happen. So Allah sent from heaven a Huri by the name of Nazila, and she married one of the sons of Adam. And He sent another one who married another sons of Adam. According to other riwayat, other brothers and sisters married jinn. We can reconcile in the sense that when Sheeth was born, we are told in the hadith that he married a huri, not any of his sisters. And then after that, marriage between siblings was made a prohibition. One thing to note before we conclude on the story of Adam is that when the jinn was told to leave paradise, Allah says, Jami'an, all of you, Adam, Hawa and Iblis, Jami'an. Now if you look at the Quran very carefully, the Quran says, and whenever there comes to you an apostle from me, then whoever follows my apostle, there will be no fear or grief upon them. This says that the jinns too have guidance through human apostles. And we find this certainly to be the case when we look at the Quran. When we look at the conversations of the jinn within the Quran, Allah narrates them as saying, from us are Muslims, and from us are other than Muslims. And when a person of the jinn came and he heard the Quran being revealed, he said, we did not think there was another messenger to come after Moses. And we never thought that a man or jinn would lie upon Allah. When we study these conversations of the jinn within the Quran, we see that the jinn too receive communication and revelations from God through human agencies. And they are following the same guidance. And when we look at Surah Rahman and other surahs, we see that the jinn and men are dealt with at the same level within Qiyamah in terms of the questioning and in terms of the paradise. That no man or jinn has touched them before this, the huris of paradise. Adam becomes unwell. He says to Sheeth, go to the mountain and get me some fruit of paradise. Why would Adam say to Sheeth, go to the mountain and get me some fruit of paradise? Unless, of course, that was the point of exit and entry into something. Sheeth goes to the mountain and he finds Jibreel. Jibreel bids him salam. Sheeth replies. He says, why do you come here? He said, my father sends me here to find some fruit from paradise, for he feels unwell. Jibreel said, your father has been taken. Let us go, wash, pray and bury his body. While Sheeth was going to the mountain, the angels visited Adam. Hawa, fearing, hid behind Adam or stood in front of Adam. The angel said, fear not. Adam smiled as he smelt the fragrance of paradise. And he said, indeed, I wish to eat from the fruit of paradise. And this was my calling. They bid salam to Adam. And they gave him the good tidings of rejoining his beloved God and gaining proximity to him in paradise. Adam was taken. Sheeth came with Jibreel and was taught how to wash the body of his father. Sheeth prayed on Adam, Jibreel, and all the angels prayed behind him. Sheeth said to Jibreel, but you are so grand. You pray behind me? He said, your father stood there and we all prostrated in front of him. You are indeed grand, and the bestowal of God upon you is immeasurable. Sheeth was the next prophet after Adam and was given many scrolls and scriptures consisting of admonitions, moral and spiritual advice.